Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ICYC Reality TV. On our shows at ICYC, we are going to bring a myriad of events, activities, experiences that the young people undergo in life. This is an interactive show whereby we are going to help each other debunk issues that affect our lives as the young people. From career to talents, to dating issues, emotional issues, and other development issues. This show is going to be very interesting, and I urge you to be tuning in to Airmobi TV every once a week, and also on ICYC Reality TV on YouTube. Thank you very much.
A very warm welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are watching the ICYC show. This is International Christian Youth Club. My name is Juliet Modoni, and today I have an amazing guest on set. He is a youth pastor and also a medical doctor. He is training to become a medical doctor. And the beauty of it is that he has tried everything else and he has seen that on the Lord's side, that is the winning side. And he is here to give us his story. We hope that by the end of this segment, we have encouraged somebody who is back at home and you're still wondering whether really to come to this side or not. So let us dive right into it. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for finding time to come and have this conversation with us.
You're most welcome.
Now, I'd like to start off by you introducing yourself. Let us know who you are and what it is that you do.
My name is Pascal Nimrod. I'm a youth pastor, and I'm also a worship minister by singing, by the grace of God.
Awesome, awesome. I can tell from the voice
Thank you.
that you usually sing. Now, Nimrod Pascal, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Kisumu, a place called Moroni, small village at that.
In Muhoroni. And where did you go to school?
I went to school, I started by Moroni itself, then went to Migori. So in Migori is where I did my primary and secondary education.
Where did you, the name of the primary school and the secondary?
Primary school was called St. Joseph's Ombo Primary, and the high school was called Ngege Got Kachacha Secondary School.
I cannot even mention that. That's quite a mouthful.
Yeah.
Then after that, what did you do after high school?
After school, I went, I was introduced to a principal, and I went to teach a girls' school, that is a school in Migori. I was a teacher of physics and chemistry.
Tafadhali tupeleke pole pole. Tafadhali. So, Pascal, you've finished high school.
Yes.
Then you've gone to teach physics and chemistry. Please tell us, how did that happen? That means you had scored very good marks.
Yeah, I was good in school, and I passed. And there were times we used to do these county examinations, and I was very good in physics and chemistry, I can tell you. And that's why the principal connected me to one of his friends.
So immediately after high school, you were already earning something?
Already.
How many are you in your family, Pascal?
We had 3 in our family.
And you are
I'm
the
firstborn.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, how was it growing up back in the village? What memories do you have of growing up?
A lot of memories, I can say. I grew from a very humble family at that, and I can say it wasn't easy. Yeah, being in a humble family and being surrounded with people with different mindset.
So you taught. For how long did you teach?
No, it was 1 year.
For a year.
For a year.
What were you doing with that money?
Because of my humble background, I had to save some for my schooling. Yeah, that was the main thing.
I can imagine your mom must have been very proud of you.
Yes, she is, and I know she is so much proud of me.
Big up to your mom.
Thank you.
Now, after teaching for a year, Then what direction did your life take?
Oh, by the way, the reason why I even got out of the school was because I never had good experience having teaching a girls' school and being a young teacher. It wasn't easy, so I had to leave teaching because of some small petty issues in the school. And after that, I joined a friend of mine who connected me also and started a cyber work. So I used to teach computer packages. Yes.
I am telling you, that brain. So from teaching physics, now you've gone to cyber. And you know that was when owning a cyber was a really big deal.
Yes, it was. It was the first time people were running after computer trainings also.
So you did that for, how long did you do that?
That I did, yeah, it was 1 year.
For an year also.
For an year also before I joined school.
Ah, you joined school. What school did you join?
Oh, I joined Mount Kenya University, school of my dream.
The great Mount Kenya University.
Yes.
That is here in Thika
Thika,
Town.
yeah.
And what are you still studying?
Oh, I'm studying medicine, and probably I know by the end of 1 to 2 years I'll be done and qualified.
So I'm talking to a doctor.
Yeah.
That explains your love for physics.
Yeah, in chemistry also.
Those were your favorite subjects in school, I can
No.
imagine. Shock me, Pascal.
All of them.
And you don't say.
Yeah, all of them.
And you aced them all.
Yes.
You know, we thank God for you because you are a young man who is doing mighty things. So you joined MKU. How was that experience for you?
Oh, very worst. Very
Tell
worst,
us.
yeah. Having come from a very humble background, the money I saved when I was still a teacher, I used it all, and some were contributed by family members. And I had to join school. But I remember coming from Migori town, or Migori County to Kiambu County with 3,000 shillings, joining a university. It wasn't easy.
I can imagine. But so you were a boarder. How was? Take us through that.
No, I became, I don't know how to call it, but to myself, I call it a street boy because I wasn't in any hostel. I wasn't in any rental place. I used to just meander around the school, but I was having my own items within the school compound. But I never had a home to rent.
So where did you used to sleep so that you wake up and go for lectures?
Yes, in MKU there's a place. In MKU there's a place called Indoors Arena. I don't know if it's a arena indoors. Any. So I used to put all my luggages there. I could walk on the course of night because of security. I had to peep in, go to the room and sleep, get a portion at that place, sleep until morning. It happened like that for 2 months. I could go to school but staying in that indoor arena because I was not able to pay the hostels, and the family was also not able. So all these things I was only doing, not even telling my family members.
Wow. So you'd wake up and go shower or showering?
No shower. In fact, I remember I showered. Within 2 months, I showered thrice.
Are you serious?
Thrice, because I never had friends. I can tell you I faced a lot of depression and I felt rejected. Having known that most people have this idea that Mount Kenya University is a school of rich and wealthy people, which is not. So I had faced that rejection, even in class. I remember I could even wear shorts in class. I never had any trouser. Yeah.
For 2 months, you had nowhere to sleep.
Yes.
So were you even eating?
Yes, I was eating. I remember within MKU environment, there's some hotels that are also there. But I was not eating in the hotels. Yeah, it was very expensive. So what I used to do, you know, when I was coming from home, I had a lot of foodstuffs maize, beans, different kinds of food. So I used to sell them to hotels. So if I could send, maybe in a week's time, I sell a portion of beans, then I'll get 100. That mama in MKU really knows me so well, so I could sell to her, then she gives me 100. That 100 will sustain me for 1 week food. I remember KDF and chai, I used to take that.
Wow, and here you are.
And here I am.
So after those 2 months, you managed to get a sleeping arrangement, or what happened?
I got connection, but my life was full of misfortunes and circles. I could start something, something comes up. Could start something, people can come and I think they're destiny connectors, yet they are not. So I also have a lot to tell about destiny connectors. So there are some people who came in my life just to drive my way, but they weren't my destiny connectors. Yeah, I remember in school there was a girl who was very rich. She used to come to class. From Nairobi to class, she used to go with her Uber. So she could come early in the morning, she could go lunchtime. So I realized this lady was rich. And here, a poor man and a young one. So I stood and I said, I have to take my position. I remember they used to gather, the lady could gather all the classmates and they could eat outside in cafeteria in MKU. So I knew they were going in cafeteria some of the times, so I used to follow them. I could join them. So after joining them, the lady could tell people, eat everything. I remember cuckoo chips and all those. I never ate them. I never ate them at home. So I got opportunity to eat there. But then the lady could say, now, you have finished, but now I want all of you to give 50 shillings. The rest I'll pay. But if my turn could come, I could say, oh, no. I have nothing to pay off. This girl was like, which kind of a man is this? And is still also in school. So it was very difficult until I remember, to cut the story short, I remember there's a girl, this girl, I connected with her and we became friends. But to her, she was becoming my friend because I was funny in my background, not a genuine friendship.
Okay.
It was because he thought I was funny. I could tell stories that are so funny. I could eat and not pay. So she used to laugh and say, oh, this man is full of jokes all over. But the moment I shared my story to her, this girl paid my rent for 6 months.
Wow. So at least now you got a place to stay.
Now I got a place to stay.
Which year are you in school now?
Now I'm in a 4th year.
You're in 4th year?
Yeah.
So you got a place to stay?
I got a place to stay.
That is when now at least things started looking up.
Yeah, they started looking, but it wasn't good. I could sleep on comforters. I remember I used to have 3 comforters, so I could place 2 down and 1 on top of me. And I sleep very safely with my stuff there.
A man from Migori.
Yes,
To
a man
Kiambu
from
County.
Kiambu County.
In search of being a doctor.
In search of searching a dream.
So for 6 months, at least your rent was set.
Was set.
Then after that?
But no food. No food.
So it was only rent?
Yeah, it was only rent.
So you're still scavenging for food?
So I still had to go to that mama to sell maragwe and maize until they were over. That's when I decided now I have to see how my life will continue. I remember there was a time I could get 100 shillings. So I was worried if I could buy spoon, cups, and sufuria or food.
I can imagine. I can only imagine. Now, how were you able to manage to concentrate in class? You know, Bachelor of Medicine is demanding, like any other course anyway. How were you able to manage that?
It wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy. I remember being in a class, but my concentration was... I remember the first time I was being taught about medical terminology as first of the units. I could not even get something. I wasn't in myself, because I could remember the things I'm passing through, the depression and all those things. So, and the rejection. If I could even have some of my photos, I used to sit at the back. Yeah, at the back. I was not with people. I was not discriminated, but I was feeling alone.
So you never quite got to make friends?
I don't know. For 2 years, I never had friends.
Wow, that must have been lonely.
Lonely.
But here you are,
Yeah,
and
I
God
am.
has been faithful.
Having a lot of friends.
When we were having a conversation earlier,
Yes.
you mentioned rumba.
Yes.
Please tell us about that.
Uh-huh. You know, I wasn't born again that time. Yes, I never knew God, but I knew God, but I never believed in the things and His works. So, being that I have a talent, I used to dance. Dancing was my own. I don't know, even nowadays, the formulas have already, all of them are gone.
They're changed.
Yeah, they changed, I can tell you.
Yes.
So I used to dance, but there was a friend of mine who could tell me, my friend, you can sing. I'm sensing something. You can sing. But I told him, no, hey, me with singing. So he started practicing me, doing for him backups. These songs, Musa Juma, John Jr., this Rumba Congo language, I could sing them well. So I back up this man for a very long time until it got to, into my place, and I had to start ministering
So wait,
and performing in the clubs and weddings.
rumba. You used to sing and dance.
Yes.
You were in a band.
I was in a band, a group of people.
But that was before you came to MKU.
No, that was before, that one, it was before I came to MKU. It wasn't before. Yeah, I was still on that process.
And was it bringing you money?
Yes, it was. It was bringing me money. I remember there was a friend of mine who is a brother, spiritually, he's called Steve Sauke. He used to tell me, I could find him in church mopping. I was like, this man. And he really knew even how to sing. So I could tell you, this person is using his talents, the buyer. And he was not even earning anything, even in the church. So I was like, this man, are you in the right direction? But I remember there was a time I used to go to weddings and those rumba nights. I could come with money. And it's the same person who still asks 200 shillings. So he could tell me, hey, mimi decision yangu ni God. Lakini wewe unafaa uamue upate God. Because kama utapata God, your life will be frustrating. Sure. I could tell him, no, I am earning money. I love what I'm doing, by the way. And I know God. It's only that I don't go to church. Because hiyo church nitakuwa naenda saa ngapi na event naenda saa ngapi.
Wow, Pascal, you have an amazing story. So you've been to clubs, you have seen the money.
But I can say God prepared me, because okay, I messed up. Even my mom can tell. I messed up. So with ladies, I messed up. Yeah, I can tell you, I messed up. There was a time we used to dance with the ladies. A lady could dance on front of us. I'm holding the back. There's another man on front. That time we could dance 4 of us with one lady. But I thank God, because I never messed up sexually. Okay. That is the only thing that God prevented me with. But all the misfortune, drinking and all those that I did.
And you realized there's no hope in that.
There's no hope.
Now, tell us about you now coming to serve Christ as a pastor. Take us through that. How did that happen?
I just never came to be a pastor. In fact, at first people could tell me, because they used to see me wearing coats. And you know that even some people, some prophets who could see me, I was presenting myself, and others were not prophesying to me, but others were looking at me psychologically. But then now, here comes a time when I started ministering in church, but I ministered by singing. I was a praise and worship member.
Which is this time that you actually went to church?
Oh, thank you. That I knew God when I was in MKU, when I joined MKU. But I never had anything to do with church. Anything to do with church, I never had that one. So I remember this my friend called Steven. He could tell me, my friend, you know you are in unknown land. It's a good time now to make choice. Because if you don't make choice, and you know God presented him when I needed him. Because that time I was under frustration. I was under a lot of pressure. So I decided within myself. And I said, now I want to look for a church, and I have to start by a good church. So I met a pastor who also introduced me to another pastor. Na nikakuja church yake. So kukuja church yake, started ministering there. But sikuwa sawa. Salvation wasn't easy. I remember I could minister in church, but there were some hidden agendas also I had.
So unakuja unaimba lakini wewe unajijua.
Mimi najijua.
You are not 100%.
Not 100%. I could sing until I cry, but
unajua hapo
najua tu hapa
kuna kitu imebaki.
Yes.
Sasa ndio ukakuja fully ukadecide ni kanisa. What is this that made you decide to change? I don't know whether it was something that happened to you or somebody that spoke to you. What is that spark?
No, the pressure of life. You know, people run to God when they need something. A lot of people run to God because they need something. So I was under depression, I was under rejection, but I could see that my friend, God sent him to me because he could speak to me daily. I was worried, and he could tell me, I could see the status, he was doing well in singing, but yeah, I was not my own. So I just decided with the pressure at home. There was also a time I could join some road shows, crusades, and listen to them, but I never had church. But so I got conviction from those things. Yeah, I got conviction from a friend and also got conviction from these crusades. And I decided now to change my life.
And you have not regretted since?
No, I've never regretted. I've never regretted.
How did your family take that?
Yes, including my mom and dad. Nobody believed me.
Because they've known you, they've seen the things you've done.
Yeah, nobody believed me, including my brother. Yeah, he never believed me. He could say, tunakujua, sometimes unashtukanga tu hivyo, lakini we know you.
Utarudi tu pale pale.
But this time round, I decided.
That was it.
That was it.
And you decided to serve the youth.
Yes.
What is that passion that you have for the youth? Why the youth?
Oh, because I am one. I am one, and I know, and I've seen my life, and my experiences have impacted youth, and a lot of them at that. And some of the times I never knew. At first, I never knew. I was a minister who could sing, but I never knew I had something. I had a story. I had things to share to people so that it may be changed. Until I got a revelation that I'm in the kingdom and I'm in the surface of the earth, not only to enhance my talent, but also to use my skills to bring people to God. So at first I could sing, I could perform, I could go to JKUAT competition singing, I could do well, but then I never had an aim towards my worship. Until I got that revelation, now I decided to do my singing, not only in performing side, but also to minister to a soul. So my main aim to use a microphone is not only to sing, or to amplify the voice. My main aim, my best audience are not always people who are just surrounding me at that particular time, but the one who listen out of the speaker.
You're about to preach now. So you were telling me you're yet to be ordained?
No, I'm already ordained.
You are?
Wow. I am already ordained.
You are already ordained.
Yes.
So you serve the youth, you minister to the youth?
Yes, I serve the youth under Bishop John Paul Thiongo as my spiritual coverage.
And how has that journey been?
It has not been easy at all. Yeah, at first, there are some things I had to rectify in my life to become an example. There are a lot I had to rectify. There are life I had to change. There are things I had to stop, because now people were seeing me not only like a singer, but a mentor to them. So a lot I had to change. My talking, my walking, everything.
A 360-degree turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Lord's side is the winning side.
Yeah, sure.
There is no other way out.
There is no other way. Say that you become hot or cold. There's no this thing in the middle.
Lukewarm. But young people are saying church is boring.
The church is not boring. Church is not boring.
They want that oomph and that, they're saying
You know, the problem is like Christians, a lot of Christians love judging people, and which is not good unto us. The Bible doesn't say to let us judge. It says judge not. So, most of the people who have experienced that Christianity is boring is because they are not embraced by love. Yeah, that can be the best answer. Maybe they passed under an experience that love is not concerned, but a lot of judgment. God is not there to judge any person. God is there to restore. Until you will die, that is when judgment will start.
So we should love and embrace everyone.
We should love and embrace. So that has been my main aim. I mean, if somebody comes to my life, my first thing is not always scriptures. The first thing is to learn, to be in the life of that person. That is when I'll get what to say, what to talk, and which scripture I have to use.
Nice. So you're still a medical student.
Yes, still.
Which year are you in?
I'm in the 4th year.
You're in 4th
Say
year.
that, yeah.
How do you manage to balance being a pastor and being in school? How is that?
Wisdom. Wisdom. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. So my first priority is God. So it gives me a lot. And some people are even worried because I still do work, I still go to school, I still do my online classes, I still come to church. Yeah. So all of them, wisdom. There is nothing else. I cannot say you planning, because people will need you. The church will need. There's some people who have problems. They will need you at that particular time you are busy. But if it's not wisdom of God, you'll never operate. Never operate.
Awesome. We could have this conversation all day. There's a lot you can tell us.
Yes.
Now, as we wind up the show, there's probably you'd like to give a word or two to the youth out there to encourage them, sing to it with your life. It would be good to do that right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much for those people who are watching. God bless you. I would like to tell you, the Bible says in the book of Psalms 1, that blessed is that man who is not in the counsel of the wickedness. But you see, if you decide to follow God, that is the root of success. Your life change when God is involved.
Thank you. Psalms 1. I can see you know your scripture very well.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having this conversation with us. We'd like to have you more on
Thank you so
board
much.
as we go on with our shows.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Amen. That was Pastor Nimrod Pascal, who has given us a journey through his life, the things that he has gone through. And the most interesting thing is that he's a pastor and training to become a medical doctor. I hope that we have encouraged you who is at home. My name is Juliet Mudhoni. Remember, you are watching the ICYC Youth Show. Until next time, take care.